CallMeCarson, a guy who I've literally just made a video on. Thanks for the support on that video, by the way. Now, after I uploaded that video, I hopped back into bed because I uploaded it at around like 1 in the morning. I opened and scrolled through Twitter on my phone for a little bit, like I usually do, and then just eventually went to sleep. When I opened Twitter again later that morning, though, yeah, this whole new Carson thing, it decided to blow up just a little bit more. Now, look, I'm not gonna bore you with an entire recapping / summary section where I waffle on about one of my previous videos for 4 minutes. Basically, CallMeCarson was exposed for being a nonce. He left the internet. Now there's a new account who may be pretending to be one of his main accusers. Don't worry though. Now, I'll get back to the topic of validity of account ownership very bloody soon. Before we get into this whole thing, I just want to say a massive thank you once again to a guy called Deadclaw. Without him, none of these videos could have been made in the first place. So 100% be sure to have a look at his channel, which is linked in the description of this video and at the top of the screen right now. The amount of time and effort he spent getting more information about this situation, it's just absolutely bloody mental. So go show him some support. If you want to join a community of people who watch my videos, be sure to join my Discord and follow me on Twitter. The channel, it's really bloody close to 15,000 subscribers, so it would really mean a lot if you were to subscribe if you haven't already. 15,000 subscribers, I mean that's just an absolutely crazy number. Go have a look at my second channel please. And if you're really feeling generous, become a member, like these wonderful individuals. With all that being said though, I think it's time that we have a look at this very interesting account once again. Now, this account, it was never 100% confirmed that it was owned by the same person who owned the original account. Yeah, it was a tiny bit suspicious, but I'd be lying to you if I said without a doubt that this account is owned by the same person. That's why in the last video I made on this topic I said to take the information with a grain of salt. Since Deadclaw and I were still unsure about the status of ownership, we decided that we had to get in contact with the actual account owner. If it was owned by the same person who owned the original account, what new information would they have to share? But if it was a fake, why were they doing this in the first place? Thankfully, we managed to get into contact with the account owner. In these messages, the account owner told us to contact Noah if we wanted to find out more information. Noah being one of the original accusers on the Drama Alert interview. And that once he came out with new information, the account owner would then come forward with their own new information. This, it sounds quite crazy. But then the account owner came out and said this. The account got deactivated on January 19th. If you go to the Wayback Machine, you will see it was deactivated on that date. Shortly after, I transferred it to a new account, which then got limited by Twitter when I entered my old number in. Which then, this account was created. Just to answer your theory, this looks like it falls hand in hand with the overall Wayback Machine timeline. If you want to find out more about that timeline, be sure to go have a look at my previous video on this topic. The thing is though, I still wasn't convinced. This message by no means confirms that the owner of this new account is indeed the same person who owned the original account. The person we were talking to, they seem to cling to the "I'll only add to the information once Noah comes out" point 2, further fueling the suspicion that I already had. The thing is though, while we were talking to this account owner, it seemed like we weren't the only people who wanted to get to the bottom of this issue too. No, around the same time when we were talking to this person, a new completely separate Twitter user was trying to find out some information for themselves. In this screen recording taken by this user, the new account owner, yeah, she didn't really help her case that much. Talking in the third person, not willing to show actual proof of identity whatsoever. The account owner, they didn't really have much to stand on once they were being questioned about their identity. And they also made a few tweets saying that they didn't care if people didn't think that it was the same person. To say that it didn't look good for them, Yeah, that's an understatement. Oh, and, one more thing that adds to suspicion. If you search up the account right now, it's been deleted. So, as I said in the intro of this video, this whole new CallMeCarson thing decided to get a little bit bigger after I went to bed. In the specific tweets I spoke about in my previous video, one of the main people under fire from this account was everybody's favorite gnome, Keemstar. While I was asleep, Keemstar somehow got wind of this situation, and since he was on the chopping block, he decided to tweet out about it. At this time, considering the fact that the information was so shaky, we couldn't confirm nor deny if this account owner was indeed the same owner as the original account. If it was owned by the same person, the accusations hurled towards Keemstar, they're quite crazy, since Keemstar has a much larger platform than me. Obviously, if he was to tweet out about this whole thing, it was gonna get the ball rolling, wasn't it? Since the ball did indeed get rolling, more eyes started to gaze upon the account in question. Is it real, or is it fake? After Keemstar first tweeted out about this whole thing, he later made a follow-up tweet around an hour later. In this tweet, he declares that this new account is indeed fake. It's all good saying this, but what evidence did he have to back up his claim? Well, he provided a screenshot of the apparent original account owner's, Sam's, new Twitter account DMing Noah, one of the drama alert accusers. Hey, you probably remember me from the Carson situation. This is Sam. Someone made a new account using my old username and my identity. They have no connection to me in any way possible. Please ignore what they say since I'm not sure what they're trying to do. If this is indeed Sam's new account, this account owner was just a clout chaser. A clout chaser that got caught in the act. This account was a desperate attempt at gaining some attention on the back of a slowly drying up controversy. Considering that this thing did indeed get a little bit of attention, maybe more than the account owner was bargaining for, this may explain why they deleted the account. Their little experiment blew up in their face when the situation got larger. When individuals like Deadclaw started questioning them, they didn't know what to say. Maybe they didn't think to back up their lie because they didn't expect their lie to be exposed. Here's the thing though. Surely they would have realized that if you impersonate somebody who accused somebody of doing, well, the G word, people would ask about it if you suddenly renounced your claims and say that you were in the wrong. The statements these people were making were incredibly bold. If these statements were true, it would have fundamentally switched some of the narratives surrounding the entire CallMeCarson situation. I have no idea why anybody would do this, but if they did this and didn't expect any backlash, hell, not even backlash, didn't expect any questioning, these individuals, they really didn't know what they were signing up for.